Today we're going to talk about the why, when, and how of starting a client closet from scratch if you are a motherhood photographer. So if you're a family photographer, a maternity photographer, or a newborn photographer, this video is for you, and I think you're going to find this super helpful. And before we get started, I actually have a free download for you down below that is basically a cheat sheet of how to start a client closet for beginners, especially if you are on a budget. So that is going to have all of my favorite resources for where I buy my client closet dresses. It's going to have lots of discount codes for you, and then it's also going to have lots of tips and resources about how to buy brand new dresses for your client closet that are cheaper than the places where a lot of photographers get that exact same dress from. So let's go ahead and get into, first of all, why would you even want to start a client closet as a motherhood photographer? So I think that as the photographers, one, we know what photographs best. And of course you can send your clients a outfit guide, and hopefully you are doing that. So you're educating your clients on what looks good on camera. But sometimes, especially for the maternity and newborn sessions, a mom who is pregnant and or early postpartum, they have no idea what size they're going to be when they're booking their session in advance, and when they're trying to figure out how to buy an outfit for themselves, they have no idea what size they're going to be. They have no idea what their belly is going to look like, whether they are pregnant or postpartum. And it's hard to figure out how to buy a dress that they're only going to wear once because their body is changing so quickly and they don't know what they're going to like on themselves at that time. It's hard a lot of times for pregnant and postpartum women to feel beautiful and feel confident. And we as the photographers, it's our job to make them feel beautiful and confident. And one way that we can do that is by supplying dresses that we know are going to look stunning on them in the photos. And then when do you know that it's time to start a client closet versus just sending your clients an outfit guide? So one reason that you would start a client closet obviously is you're charging enough money in order to be able to do that. So if you're charging $100, $200, $300, even $400 for a photo shoot, you are probably not in a place where you will be able to afford to supply dresses for your client closet. So you need to be in a place where you're charging enough and you're adding that into your cost of doing business so that you can provide that service to your clients without it cutting into your profit. Another way you know that you're ready to start your client closet is when you really want to up-level your client experience that you're providing to your clients. I think it is just a whole nother level of luxury and a whole nother level of an amazing experience that you can offer to your clients when you are supplying the dresses, and that is just one less thing for them to worry about when they are preparing for their session and one less thing for them to purchase. So it really helps justify your higher price as a luxury photographer. And then another way that you know that you're ready to start offering a client closet is when you are ready to up your prices. When you up your prices as a photographer, and I think most photographers are not charging enough and need to up their prices, but you can't just do this randomly and expect people to buy from you. You've also got to up level the experience that you're offering to make sure that it's worth the higher prices that you are charging. And so one way that you can up level your experience in order to charge more as a photographer is to offer a client closet. Obviously, there's a lot of other ways to do this as well, but once you start offering a client closet, that is a really good way to justify a price increase and for clients in their own mind to be able to justify why going with you as a more expensive photographer makes sense for them financially, because there's a $100 dress that they don't have to buy that is included in the price that they are paying when they pay for a session with you. Okay, so if you have decided you want to start a client closet after hearing this, let's talk about if you are a beginner client closet photographer and you are on a budget, how do you get started from scratch with starting your client closet? So one thing that I would not recommend doing is basically just going on Amazon and finding the cheapest dresses that you think look decent and adding a bunch of $20 and $30 dresses into your closet and saying, hey, I have a client closet, I have a great experience. Now, and I'm not saying that there are not amazing cheap dresses on Amazon, but you have to know which ones to buy. And I link all of those for you in my guide. I have got some really great $30 and $40 Amazon dresses in my client closet, but obviously there's a lot of duds on Amazon and a lot of things that are good. But when you're first getting started with your client closet and you're on a budget, I would say just buying a bunch of cheap dresses is not the way to go and not the way to maximize the money that you're spending. So the best way to maximize the amount of money that you have to spend on your client closet is to buy dresses that are very versatile. So I would buy a very small number of dresses, but buy the nice high-end dresses, the $100 plus dresses that are 100% cotton, 100% linen, and the ones that are really popular with clients and with other photographers like that you see on Instagram, because those are the ones that clients are going to love and the ones that are going to make your photos look beautiful. So I would start, instead of getting a lot of cheap dresses, I would get a very small number of high-end dresses that are very versatile. And when I say versatile, I mean you're going to use these dresses for family sessions, for maternity sessions, and for newborn sessions. So it's got to be dresses that are going to look good on any type of body type. Again, whether someone is not pregnant, or postpartum. You're going to want nursing-friendly dresses, again, for postpartum, or for mamas, even at a family session, that are still nursing their babies. And then you're going to want dresses that are going to work for different sizes. So here are my tips for buying very versatile dresses. So you're going to want a smocked top, kind of like this, although this is a dress that's in my client closet, but it's not nursing friendly, so it's not like one of my absolute favorite dresses in my client closet. So I would say you want smocked top, you want a very flowy, you want flowy from the hips down. Maybe I can show you this dress. Back this up a little bit because this dress is flowy from the waist down. So you can see that this is not tight on my tummy at all. And when dresses are not tight on the tummy like that, then that means they're going to work for family sessions. They're going to be bump friendly. So they're going to work for maternity sessions, and they're not going to be tight on the tummies of postpartum women, which is really going to help flatter the mamas when they're in that postpartum period and they don't want anything tight on their stomach. So the other thing is I love to buy midi length dresses, and that is because I think, again, that's the most versatile on different body types, whether someone is really tall or really short. The maxi dresses tend to be too long on short girls, and I personally don't like the way knee length or shorter dresses photograph. So I find midi length dresses to be the most versatile. And I also like to buy dresses with sleeves, and that is because most women, especially if they are pregnant, if they are postpartum, or if they've had a baby, that they're very self-conscious about their arms. And so I just, of course, always want to flatter my mamas and I never want them to get their photos back and feel self-conscious about any part of their body. So if we just make sure that we have dresses with sleeves, we don't have to worry about that. So those are kind of my stipulations when it comes to the style of the dress. And then when it comes to colors, I like neutral colors. So I like beige, cream. I don't like stark white because I don't like the way it photographs, but gray. And then I also like subtle colors like a light pink like this. And then blue and white is very, very popular. A lot of my mamas choose my blue and white dresses. And then I like either a solid color or a subtle pattern that is going to photograph well. So I love toile dresses. Those are my favorite. And then I love floral patterns or just any kind of subtle pattern that's not going to be too distracting in the photos. And then let's talk about where I would purchase my client closet dresses. So one of my favorite stores is called Worth Collective, and I've gotten a lot of my dresses from Worth Collective, but it does tend to be a little bit on the pricier side depending on which dresses you're getting from them. Their dresses can range anywhere from 90-ish to 200. So here is a little tip that I have for you guys. So if you find a dress that you really love that you think would work great for your client closet from a specific company, let's say Worth Collective, and they're not gonna like that I'm saying this, so hopefully no one sends this to them. But so you're going to screenshot that dress from Worth Collective, for example. You're going to take that photo, put it into Google, and do a reverse image search. So that's going to show you any time that there is a photo on the internet that is either that exact same photo or a similar photo. So basically what I do is I do a reverse image search, and Google will show me other stores that are selling that exact same dress or similar dresses, and then basically from there I will price shop and see if anyone has that exact same dress for cheaper. So this is how I get my client closet dresses, the literal exact same dresses as the really popular ones, but I find them from a store that's selling the exact same dress for cheaper. So that is how I found another one of my favorite stores called Henley, Henly. And so they've got a lot of the same dresses as Worth Collective, but just cheaper, a cheaper version of them. And then also, I already loved the store Morning Lavender, and I've gotten some dresses from there, and sometimes they have the same dresses as Worth Collective, but a little bit cheaper as well. And then I also love Nothing Fits But, which is a brand that is specifically made for pregnant and postpartum mamas to be super flattering, but it works for every day as well, even if you're not pregnant or postpartum. And those dresses are on Amazon, but they are a little bit on the pricier side. So I would say most dresses on average are around $160, and then I've also got some of their baby outfits which start around $60. So it definitely on the pricier side, but I think it's worth it to have one or two of those staple dresses in your closet. So if I were you and I was just starting out, I would start with maybe 5 dresses. You're gonna want to start in sizes small to large. And when you get these stretchy smocked dresses like this, even if it says it's a small, medium, or large, it's going to fit multiple sizes. Usually these smocked dresses will fit the size that it says it is. So let's say this is a medium. It would also work for a size small or a size large. So I would start with maybe 5 staple dresses, in sizes small to large, and then after you have started increasing your prices and making more income and you have more profit to spend on your client closet dresses, you can start expanding into different colors and also into different sizes, and you'll kind of get a feel for what size most of your clients are, and you'll see if you need to add some extra small dresses or some extra large or larger sizes as well. So that is where I would get started if you're brand new to having a client closet and you want to get started in providing client closet for your clients. And again, you can go ahead and download my cheat sheet for you down below with all of the links to the stores that I mentioned, as well as additional stores and links to really specific dresses that you will recognize from Instagram because they're the ones that are really popular with motherhood photographers. And then you'll also get some resources on discounts on all of these stores, as well as where to find the exact same dresses that are really popular for a cheaper price. So go ahead and download that, and I hope you guys found this super helpful. If you want to dive even deeper into family and newborn photography, I actually have a couple new courses on family photography and on newborn photography, so I'll link those down below for you as well, and you can check those out if you're wanting to learn more and dive even deeper. So I can't wait to see you guys next time. Thanks for joining.